This is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and we shall be glad in it. I just want to talk about some things, and we're going to talk about it very, very briefly right here. I met Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, this weekend, and it has changed my life in very many ways because this is the most humble man I've ever met. Even the things that people have been doing, they call him supreme leader, they kneel down for him. He doesn't like those things. He wants to be a servant of the people. He is interested in the liberation of his people. And because I've met this man and how humble he is and how wonderful he is, the kind of ideologies he has, the thinking he's had, I sat with him one-on-one and we talked. We planned about what we're going to do for Biafra. I am dedicated by the humility of this man and by the insight and the vision of this man to be totally locked into this vision. I am Biafra 2.0. My name is Clayton Udoh, and I'm about to speak about something right here, and I won't waste time. And this is in the name of Nnamdi Kanu and all the other heroes who have decided that enough is enough from the zoo. If someone had told me that they were going to wake up one day and watch the Igbo governors of the Igbo states selling away our ancestral lands to Miiti Allah, we would have said it's a bad dream. We would have said that it's impossible. If someone had told me one day that I will live to see Fulani cross the is it Benue River or whatever river it is and come into incursion, a violent incursion, surrounding villages, surrounding places, to come in and take by force the land of Igbo people, I would have said it's a lie. And that the politicians of Igbo land are sitting down thinking and smiling and acting like it is just normal because their children are here. We want to let you know that even your children that are here are not safe. When you guys will sell out the land, let me explain something to you. When you guys sell out the land, you sell out Igbo land, you sell out everything, you climb into those planes and come here, we will harm you over here. We will deal with you over here because what you've done is not fair. When you allow bloodshed and destroy, and then you come over and keep your children over here in high schools and in the universities over here, we will make you pay for what you've done. Money is not everything. Money is not everything. That you guys sit down and allow. Do you even know who these people are? Do you know what these people are? Listen to the name even, Miita Allah. Do you know what these people are? Let me let you know the history of the Fulani. They never had cities like Onitsha, like Enugu, like Aba. They never had cities like Uyo, like Calabar, like Port Harcourt. These are a group of people who were condemned to roam around the earth like cockroaches. These are people who all they had is their cows and their goats, and they sleep with them. These are people who have nothing to show for their lives. These are people who, they were warlike, they were nomad, they were wanderers, ravagers, pillagers, destroyers. These people have no cultural history and heritage that they can show you. They have no museums, they have nothing. All they've done is spend centuries moving around with their animals, moving around, sleeping with their animals, drinking their animals' pee and all that stuff. These are really, really nasty people. And all they've gone around doing when they are idle is they come in and start aggressive incursions into the place. And they did this historically for a long time. But thank God that the last ancient war that we had, in which they were stopped at Ogbomoso, that they were stopped for good. And that is why places like Ilorin has an emir. Has anybody ever asked themselves, why is it that a place like Ilorin has an emir? Why is it that Ilorin has an emir? Because of the incursion of the Fulanis. Now they've started that incursion into Igbo land. And I want to let people in Cross River State, Port Harcourt, River State, and Akwa Ibom State know you're not safe. As long as you're holding a Christian Bible, you are not safe. You will be destroyed. You will be dealt with. You will be dealt with in ways that your wives, your children are not safe with those men around. And those helicopters that have been coming in to drop arms in that Enugu forest, those helicopters should be shut down. They should be shut down with immediate effect. Because there is nothing good coming out of this. Buhari has proven to be an animal. He has proven to be the goat of all goats. He has proven to be the cow of all cows. That he has done this kind of a thing when he looks at the kind of hardship that is in Nigeria, the kind of suffering that is in Nigeria, the kind of things that people are going through in Nigeria, and he has decided to start this kind of Islamization of Nigeria at this point in time. But again, I always told people in my videos, I said that there is a process by which they do it. One of the most advanced processes that they use is first the impoverishing of the people. They have made people to have no money. They've made people to shut down their businesses. They've made Nigeria a living hell. Nigeria is hellish. And you see people coming out for the president's office to say that all of the people, that prosperity was a bad thing because it was lazy people who were holding money. That the real thing is that all of us should go back to the farms. We should all go back to the farms and start, doing cassava and doing yam. Nigeria had passed the stage of farms. We had become people who were building airports, seaports. In Akwa Ibom State, people were building power plants. People were building stadiums. In fact, most of the matches now, they don't even play in Lagos. They played in Uyo. We were building airports. We were building good roads. We were doing things. And then you come and have a president who cannot even speak English, return you back into the farm to sit down and do farming and become a local man. Does he even hope that maybe in the long run, we'll be so impoverished and stranded because we don't have money to marry that we'll start sleeping with our cows and our goats like the Fulani people do? No, it will not happen in our time. But I say again that it is you are cursed. We curse you with the curse of the Lord. We curse you with the curse of every Igbo governor that thinks that this is a good thing, that thinks that this is politics. There's no politics to be played in that thing. When those people take their positions and have the positioning that they need, they will turn on the people. And when they turn on the people, you want to fly and come here to Houston. You want to fly and come all over this place and come and stay in your houses or so. We won't let you have peace inside those houses. And we will not allow you. When we see you appear in maybe Enugu Association Party or Anambra State Association Party or Imo, we will beat you up. We will use bottle on your head. We will beat you. We will kick you. We will deal with you. Police, American police will not be able to protect you. Even there is a way that the assault will happen to you. American police will know that this thing is a political issue from another country. They will release us on, I am an American citizen. They won't hold me down for you people who have done this thing that you're doing. And I want to let you know that we've gone to the United States Senate. We've gone to the United States Congress. We are talking to people over here about the nonsense you guys are doing over there, thinking that it's all about money. No, it's not about money. It's never been about money. It's more about honor. It's more about dignity and integrity. That Igbo land has been decimated by poverty. Igbo land has been decimated by lack of infrastructure, lack of hope, lack of destiny, lack of everything. And you guys are sitting down there allowing Miiti Allah, which is an offshoot of the Fulani Hausa hegemony, to come into. Mbise is totally surrounded by Fulani men. Mbise, Igbo people cannot drive their cars without being beaten up by Fulani men because they got too close to cows. In which world are we here? Like if someone told me in this life, that I would wake up and it's in a dream, they told me that they beat Igbo people for driving their cars in their own land, I would say it's a lie. I would say it's a lie. But now that it has come true, I say, may you, all of you governors, Imo State, Abia State, Ebonyi State, Enugu, all of you are cursed. You are cursed. We curse you guys for what you've done to your own land. We curse you that you have allowed, you cannot open your mouth and speak. Oh, you fear for your life. Your life is even already over. Because for which Igbo vigilante group is guarding the north? Which Christian vigilante group is allowed to guard the north? So why should Miite Allah come and guard the south? Why should they even be allowed incursions into the south? Those cows that you're trying to act like, don't you know how these people operate? Those cows are going to enter people's lands and eat people's things, and people are going to lose their crops. Already with this kind of poverty, for you guys to allow these people to bring their cows to go around eating things in people's farms, uprooting people's things and everything, and doing what they like, and they're holding AK-47s, and they're having arms dropped in the Enugu forest, and you guys are sitting down there playing politics. Politics is over. Yanam Yagofrum Mufediong. All of you from Akwa Ibom State that say, oh, it hasn't reached us yet, we can continue to sit down. It's going to be business as usual. Yeah, media. There will be no okong. There will be no money to eat. Most of you in Cross River State sitting down there, oh, it's going to be business as usual. You get up, go to the edge of that ocean, to those eating joints, and sit down there and eat fresh fish and drink a stout and drink hero and all these things. It's not going to be like that. When those guys begin their Muslim thing, the jihad, which they are already positioning themselves for the jihad, you guys will know that you've made the greatest mistakes of your life. There will be that the southern part of Nigeria is going to go through something that nobody has ever seen in their lifetimes. And I am so passionate about this because I have loved ones in there. Do you know what we are? When you see us, people say the people who are talking about Biafra are talking about Biafra because they are not doing well in America. No, it's not that we're not doing well in America. We're sick and tired of the fuck called Nigeria. Because how can we sit down and you're sending money to your villages to 10 people at a time, 5 people at a time. You're paying rent for so many people. People in their 30s in their 30s and 40s cannot afford rent anymore. People cannot afford rent. People cannot afford money. People cannot afford anything. Men cannot marry anymore. Marriage has collapsed. Women cannot marry anymore. In that poverty, then suddenly people will come with guns and start asking you, Jesus Christ or Muhammad, Jesus Christ or Muhammad and all that. And they come, that the idea that they will come by force into your lands, into Igbo land. I say this is like, anyway, it's maybe the end times that I could see Igbo governors smile with that thing. That I can see Igbo senators, Igbo House of Representative members, House of Assembly members, all of you sitting down there smiling, thinking it's business. No, you guys are finished. You're finished. All hell Biafra. All hell Biafra 2.0. All hell Biafra. We will. This thing, is there any Christian group or Christian vigilante group guarding the north? So how is it okay that a group will cross the river Benue, river Niger, and cross and start incursions in? Oh, you think that it's not impossible that they may even want to do what they did to Ilorin and install an emir, that they want to install an emir in Enugu, in all these other places with their religion and everything? Do you guys know what you're about to see and what is about to happen to you? That the federal government will take 160 billion and all this money and give, and Buhari has turned out to be a fraud. This is what he came to do in Nigeria. Is this the alleviation of poverty he should alleviate? Is this using his federal status to go around arresting all the southerners and putting the northerners in power? This is a repeat performance of something we had passed, something we were gone with. Buhari is one of the most, when you talk about an animal, lack of education, lack of any, this is someone that was a failure from day one. When Buhari was in charge after he overthrew Shagari, what good came to Nigeria? Was it not the same hardship? It was the same hardship. Where does the myth that Buhari is a good ruler, where does that myth come from? Where does this myth come from? That Buhari is a good ruler, that he's a great guy, that whenever Buhari has been in power, whether it was in the time that he overthrew Shagari or whether it is now, that there's been prosperity and happiness and joy and peace in the land. Where does this myth come from? Than that it was just a myth that was spread by the North to perpetuate the nonsense that we're seeing today in Nigeria. Okay? Listen, do you know why it is that whenever you drive and your car almost misses a cow? Do you know that why it is that when you drive your car, or if by mistake you pursue a cow out of your farm, they come and kill you? Because these people have even emotional and romantic attachment to their cows. They sleep with these cows. They have sex with these cows. These are not the kind of people that should come and become the conquerors of the Igbo men. People who don't have one single city that has been assigned to their name in their history. People who don't have a rich history like the Igbos. People who don't have anything. And I want to let you know that if it happens to one, it happens to all. That we should sit down. And say, oh, it's the Igbo people that is happening to, so it's okay. I feel ashamed. I am so ashamed. All hell Biafra, Biafra 2.0. We cannot sit down and continue to watch this happen. Mighty Allah should not be allowed to penetrate anything in Nigeria. And we should not allow, the Igbo governor should be ashamed of allowing people who sleep with cows and goats to come in and conquer them. Mighty Allah's conquering and the Fulani herdsmen coming to kill women, Igbo women, coming to kill Igbo men, coming to kill people in Igbo land is a conquering of you. Look, governor, forget about the fact that you get out of your air-conditioned backward office, your air-conditioned third wall office, and get into an air-conditioned car. You have been conquered by men who don't even have a car, who are going around with cows. You've been conquered by them. All hell Biafra. That is why people like me, people like the Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, people like Pat Dike in Italy, people like Magnus Oraka, people like Christie in Dallas, people all over, people like the coordinator of IPOB in Houston. That's why most of us have agreed. We've agreed that we cannot allow stupidity to rule in our lives. Monkeys will remain in the trees. Real human beings who can reason will be here on the ground. We are on ground to inform the Nigerian people that you, Buhari, Mighty Allah, and everything you guys represent is not the Nigeria that we want. Have you been able to even, you know what, you're a bushman. Yes. Have you been able
to even conquer the issue of, does it not disturb you that you are the head of a country that have more resources than many countries in the world, but your currency has been devalued? Nigeria's currency is the most devalued currency in Africa. Go and compare even Nigeria's currency with the Rwandan dollar or Rwanda pound or shilling, whatever it's called. Go and compare Nigeria's currency with Mali. Compare Nigeria's currency with African currencies now. It's even more devalued. Are you not ashamed that you're sitting down there giving billions of dollars to Fulani herdsmen, that you have no running light in your country, that you are the president, the so-called giant of Africa? Are you not ashamed as you're sitting down there that there's no running water in this so-called giant of Africa of a country you are? But you are interested in deviating the army of Nigeria, Boko Haram, that you should be able to finish. Since you've become president and up till now, you've not been able to conclusively stand in front of a microphone and tell the people of Nigeria that you're finished with Boko Haram and Boko Haram is over, is ended. No, you cannot. But you want to come and throw arms to Fulani herdsmen to come and hurt Igbo people. Huh? Look at the kind of poverty. You are so one-sided in your brain that you cannot fight corruption and also make prosperity to rule in the land. Who fights corruption and fights it and shuts the whole country down? Nobody does that except you, Buhari, because you are not what you seem to be. You never had a first degree, you never went to university, you never went to anything. All hell Biafra 2.0. We are facing it as it is. The truth of the matter is that you are not fit anymore at this point, that you allow this kind of ethnic problems to develop at this point in time. And I am saying right now that the Igbo governors are all traitors. And every single Igbo person in America calling those Igbo governors and Igbo commissioners and Igbo members of the House of Assemblies and House of Representatives to come and cheer them and to greet them and talk to them and beg for money and everything. You are a traitor. You are a piece of shit. And every single Nigerian back in Nigeria, you know what? The one I like the most is the Nigerians. Of all these times that you get, which of those politicians are looking at you guys? You guys are still going to church, oh. You guys will feel that church. The pastors will never tell you the truth. Igbo land is under an amazingly disastrous situation. You know what? I'll stop here. Any man who has a brain knows that Miiti Allah is not coming. Do we have Christian vigilante groups in the north? And please don't be surprised when they kill you if you get too close to their cows. They sleep with those cows. Don't be surprised that they kill you when you get too close to their goats, because they have romantic relationships with their goats. But we who are sanctified people, holy people of Biafra, we will take out filthy people like that out of our lands. Whether they like it or not, they will leave Igbo land and the South. They will leave the South alone and go back to their land and stay with the 160 billion. I want to show you the lack of education. Take it and go and open farms in your land. Open farms where your things can grow. You still want to come and conquer the South. You won't conquer the South. You will not harm our children and our wives. There's been enough killing. There's been enough destruction. 75 people buried in Benue State. People are being killed every day. Life, the sanctity of life is zero now. People are being killed like as if they're animals, they're flies. People are killed like animals as if they're flies, as if they're nothing. And that has been the history of the Fulani people. They have nothing else to do than to sleep with cows, sleep with goats, and kill people. That's all they do. And those are the people that the Nigerian governors, the southern governors, the Igbo governors are smiling in their head. Come on and do a brother. I want to do business with. God punish all of you. All hell Biafra. Biafra 2.0. We don't vex, so we won't allow. You cannot come and urinate in our parlor and we smile with you anymore. Either people will have their brain. There's a point at which you smile with crap till you yourself become crap. You cannot smile with crap too much. Oh, no, yeah, big man. You cannot. They kill Igbo people every day. Big man, you know if you talk. You know be big man now. Where I come from in my tradition, when you're big man will talk. Whether in the face of life or death. Big men talk. They'll say this thing you're doing is wrong. And we have no support for this nonsense. A word is enough for the wise. Miiti Allah is bullshit. The Igbo governors are full of shit. And Biafra is here to stay. And I would advise every person that has a brain here, whether you are from Akwa Ibom State and you think it's going to be, no, you are next in line for the Fulani Hausa invasion. Whether you're from Port Harcourt, you are next in line. Whether you're from Edo, you are next in line. Whether you're from Delta, you guys have already been conquered. It's Hausa people that are ruling over your installations. Whether you're in Benue, people are already dying in that part. Whether you're in Igbo land, you're next in line. Join Biafra. Join the hope for a new system. The zoo is done. And if at this point, the intellectual IQ that you have, your intellectual capacity to understand complex issues or to connect the dots have failed to the point that you still feel that Nigerian passport in your hand is worth anything, then maybe this video is not for you. But for those of us who can see, that can connect the dots, that is one thing that university is supposed to have taught you how to do, is you connect the dots, and from the inference, you can make a forecast. The forecast is that it's not going to get any better than this. Naira will never come back to 1-to-1 with the dollar and the pound. The devaluation will continue. Hyperinflation will continue to run. Fulani will now come in. The Islamization will begin. You guys are going to be killed like animals. The pamphlets have been spread in the mosque for their jihad to begin. If you want, you think. If you want, you can continue hoping for government. See how I can keep peace so that government money will enter my hand. All hail Biafra 2.0. All hail the Republic. Long life the Republic of Biafra. Long life the freedom of true men to exist in a society that has true justice, the true pursuit of happiness, and the true protection of our lives and our assets. Long life the ability for us as Southern people to be blessed by God to find a way out from this thing called Nigeria, because it's no more viable. Thank you.